Well, now we're going to transition to some Arizona basketball. So you got a call from our good friend. I texted the good friend, and then when I told him I know something, he stopped responding to me. Not happy with this person, Jason Shear. Not happy with it. I would not, I don't know what else to say, but there are some things that we can definitely discuss. Let's talk about Tobe Awaka, my friend. Awaka Flaka. Let's talk. Hey, could that be a thing? Awaka Flaka?
No.
Where's Awaka Flaka from? Is he
That's a rap? Waka Flocka.
Yeah, but I thought, isn't there a rapper too?
Yeah, Waka Flocka's the rapper.
Yeah, is he from the STL? Yeah, Tobe Awaka, though. This person, very, very big on Tobe Awaka, believes he is going to be an NBA player. I am very curious about this because this person generally doesn't really, talk about guys in this type of way, as he does about Awaka Flocka. I'm very curious to see him. Out of all the players on the team, I am very, very curious to see him.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it with the NBA.
Kind of the same way, but we're going to give this guy massive kudos if it happens.
Yes, but yeah, I mean he's a big dude, really smart. He's going to play hard. I like the addition a lot. I don't. The one thing I will say is I believe that the coaching staff shares our opinion, whether they admit it or not, of a Rick Barnes offense.
Right.
And because
it's disgusting. It's wretched.
Right. Because of that, there is more offensive potential than Awaka ever showed at Tennessee because they know how to score.
Now, let's talk then a little bit. We're going to go onto the perimeter because I thought that this was an interesting conversation we were having yesterday about KJ Lewis, Jaden Bradley, etc. Let me ask you this, Sheer. Who would you prefer to be the second best player on Arizona next year? KJ Lewis or Jaden Bradley, and why? Because I can make the case, I think, for either.
Oh, this is easy for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Jaden Bradley.
I agree. Wow. I thought you were going to say KJ Lewis because you're
because I'm tired of bad point guard play. I just am. And if Jaden Bradley's the second best point guard on the team, it means that Arizona has good point guard play.
Thank you. Because we know that KJ, at what level is he going to be good? We don't know, but we do know that KJ is going to be good. Jaden Bradley is going to be an interesting thing because I have said this from day one. I do not understand why he cannot be Jamal Shed. I do not understand why he can't. Jamal Shed literally averaged
I love Jamal Shed.
Man. I love him, but this is a compliment. He literally
beyond the numbers, though. Beyond the numbers.
Yeah, but that's what Jaden Bradley too. It's beyond the numbers. Girth, impact.
How many good point guards has Tommy had?
None.
Well,
none.
Has he really had none?
No, he's had no good point guards.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, Kerr is the epitome.
I thought he had one in there.
Kerr is no, he hasn't, dude.
Kerr for a year was pretty good.
No. You never wanted Kerr in a big NCAA tournament game. I don't care if he was hurt. I don't care. Because here's the thing with Kerr. He would still only shoot 37% from the field. And it wasn't like he was a good defensive player. He was a pretty good passer. No thanks on Kerr.
I feel like Kerr had one good year.
No.
Am I wrong?
No. Yeah. Yes, you're wrong. Oh, remember what Tiger Campbell said to our good friend Ben?
Right. I am wrong.
Yeah, he didn't have any good years here. Kerr was not good really ever here. Now I will say in hindsight, I definitely preferred him over Kylan Boswell. But here's a story about Kerr Kriisa. And our good pal Ben White was walking out of the game one time, and he asked Tiger Campbell, he said, well, you're going to get Kerr next year. And he said something to the effect of, I tell you what, everybody in the conference wants Kerr back. Kerr wasn't good. Sheer, these are your scoops, not mine. But I will give you the floor, my friend. The floor is rather large and girthy. Go ahead.
Let's see. Where do we want to start? Nick Kamania, Eric Bossy posted some new information on wildcatauthority.com. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Arizona is very, very much in the thick of things there. I know that people assume he's a Gonzaga lock. I do not assume that. I think it's Arizona, UCLA, and Gonzaga. I think it's really close, but Arizona is absolutely in there.
Very ultimately difficult to land?
No, I think they have a real chance. Also, Mike, there's a very real chance that Koa Pete is Arizona and ASU.
All right. If it's Arizona and ASU, under no circumstances can you lose that battle.
I agree. But there's a real chance it ends up that way. Houston's still in there too, but ASU did very well on its recent official visit.
Okay. Well, there, like I said, I'm gonna say this from day one. If you lose a kid to in-state ASU, I will have some major concerns.
Yeah, that's bad. It's bad.
Yes, that's really, really bad. That can never, ever, ever happen. Okay, now, ever.
Braden Burries, Arizona's still very much in there. He is nowhere close to making a decision or anything like that.
Ultimately difficult to land?
I mean,
yes, you're gonna say it.
It might be. I don't know. He's a different one. There's no narrow list with him at all.
Okay, now Michael Brown. This was a kid that I never bought into. We made a segment about it just because I know that people must that it would be interesting. That guy's not coming here. The 5-star point guard from Florida. Talk about the epitome of ultimately difficult to land. Shout out Dogger for calling you out on that one.
Someone made a good point to me yesterday, someone and they said, look, at the end of the day, there's just a lot of schools in between Arizona and Florida. Yeah. Right. And so it is much easier to land a kid when you're closer to them. And he's like, Kansas is involved now. As of now, he's scheduled to visit for the Duke game. Let's just say I would be surprised if that happens.
Okay. Now, Hudson Greer. These are all sheer scoops, not Mike Luke's.
Hudson Greer and Bossy posted the same thing. So it's the we didn't want him anyway. Because Bossy literally posted the same thing this morning when someone asked about Greer. Greer had a bad summer. And because he had a bad summer, he got dropped by multiple schools. Alabama, Arizona, Kansas kind of dropped him. At the end of the day, Creighton stayed on him, and he made the right decision. It really is the right decision to go to Creighton. They never slowed down in the recruitment. It's a good fit for him. So that's why he went to Creighton.
Okay, now, let's also talk a little bit then about, is there anybody else that you had?
I told you the Tunde story, but I think I already told people that.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So again, Nick Kamania, you feel good about Koa P, Arizona, ASU. You've also got to get in there. I'm
gonna say this, Mike. I know people are scared that Arizona's gonna strike out. I would be surprised if Arizona strikes out.
Well, that's a big problem if Arizona strikes out.
Yeah. And then there's some other guys that Arizona could get involved with for 2026 that it has connections with. I'd keep an eye on a few guys.
We all silly like the mayor.